Yes, mate.
Just put fucking emojis of broomsticks, man.
Uh,
If they don't get it, they shouldn't be listening.
well, that's a great start. That's how we started the show.
Oh, brilliant. Lovely.
And I probably shouldn't be listening then because I don't get it.
Just because of fucking South Park, man, where they all declare shenanigans on each other
Oh
and
yeah.
fucking start swatting each other with brushes.
No, I do get it. Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone would have got that. If that's you send those, that's just the notification, and from that, just from 3 broomsticks, you expect anyone who receives that notification to go shenanigans.
Yeah.
Not Harry Potter, not fucking any other, not Buffy, not Buffy. She were vampires, not witchy. Not
Sabrina.
Sabrina. That's the
Was
fucker, the one with the
That
cat.
was the young girl, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one with the cat. Her. They wouldn't have expected any of that. They'd immediately gone, "Oh yeah, South Park."
Shenanigans. Yeah,
Of
I would
course.
have.
Although, did you see South Park? By the way, the show started. Everyone, if anyone is listening, or fucking, this is live. We don't. You don't. We're past introductions.
No,
We either know each other well enough by now, or you couldn't give a shit who we are anyway. Let's just get to the meat and potatoes.
I don't mess about with them, There's
And
nothing to tease them with either.
speak
There's
for
nothing to be
yourself.
teasing.
Ho, ho, ho.
Man, strutting into the room in that vest there.
It's. I mean, I don't know what you've got against this fine leopard print beauty. This is the first vest I've ever bought.
Is it? See,
Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
mind the vest, but I guess you'd call all of mine like typical wife beater vests. I've never
Mm-hmm.
gone for the patterned vest. I
I'm not.
once had one that had a print of a woman on it holding a bottle of whiskey because I thought, oh, that's nice when I was like fucking 16. Then wore it once and thought, I don't have the arms for this.
I remember the time around. It was around 2010, 2011, creeping to 2012, where the default jumpers and t-shirts that people used to wear were like a plain black, white, or grey t-shirt or jumper, and then they just had pictures of any random tattooed lass either smoking a joint,
This
taking a
this was them
drink.
years, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then like it had maybe some word like fucking thug life or like
I didn't
fresh
have
to
that. No,
death
I didn't go that far.
underneath in like some gangster font, like fucking old fashioned bold.
It might
Um,
surprise you, but I've never been one for fashion.
uh,
I don't, I've
Clearly, as
never gone for it.
you're taking
That was
shots
the
at
only
this
time
spectacular fucking leopard print vest.
anyone would take shots at that leopard print vest, bro.
I don't. Maybe on the
Coaches especially.
maybe. Well, I mean, they'd have to catch us. I move fast.
I'd
But
hope
yeah,
so. In that.
we were on the topic of socks. I've got matching socks,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
saying that you're an exclusively a black sock wearer.
Yeah, I've gone for ones in the past with a little pattern on and that, but then you go to pair them up and it's just when you find yourself on like say a Sunday afternoon and you catch what you're doing and you're like I'm pairing up socks and throwing them in a box or a drawer, you just think to yourself, is life really worth living? So
I
just black socks, just bundling them in a box and then gives you something to do in the morning when you're rummaging for them. You don't have to think, oh, should I wear the same colour? If I don't wear the same colour, people think it's a fashion statement.
oh
It's not. Just
mate,
lazy.
the sheer thought of of an of an unmatched sock drawer,
Mm,
like I'm raging at
really.
just picturing that image in my head has already got us wanting to sort socks that I don't own. Like
There's
I
the first business recommendation of the week, guys.
yeah,
I'm a sock sorter.
if you've got any socks that need sorting, I will charge. I mean, there's expenses, but I'll charge. I mean, just do minimum wage because I'm fucking happy to do it, knowing there's less chaos in the world. But like, I'm a fan of chaos, but like not when it comes to order. I'm a fan of chaos when it's inflicted on
Result, yeah.
humans, but not when it's inflicted on the balance of life in the world itself.
So you like a tsunami, but or you don't like a tsunami. What do you mean? It inflicts the chaos on the world itself or on humans? Like where does a tsunami lie? So you don't like a messy sock drawer?
Yep.
Do you enjoy a torrential downpour and a tidal wave?
It depends where it's hitting. I mean,
Oh.
Well, a lot of the time,
so race comes into it, then, eh?
This is in a surprising way. A lot of the time, I think it hits places that aren't deserved. Usually, it's like very poor areas. Like it tends to be places where, obviously, island nations where they're all clustered together, and there's a lot of fucking water around them. So it hits places in like Asia, it hits places in like Central Americas. I think that's unfair. I think
it could be on purpose.
Yeah,
They've not paid for their little fees. And they're like, right, they're not paying up. Where's the dues? They're not paying the dues. So, not like the people. I mean,
no, it was
being with a D.
How the turns have tabled, my friend, in a very short space of time. And the ball's fully in your court now, my friend. Return.
They haven't paid the dues. We'll say it like that. Dues.
You do need to pay them, otherwise they'd get angry.
Otherwise, harp comes, doesn't it?
Is that what it is? It's the
UN.
UN.
Earthquake gun.
The UN are just like, right, if yous aren't fucking bringing coin to the table, we're just going to attack you with the weather again. You can't blame it on us then.
That's
we don't
what
have
happens
to
the first time. The second time you don't pay, when you miss 2 months on the bounce, what they do is they get a rubber and they go to the thing that they have behind them when they give a speech on telly, and they rub your country out. You're like, no one knows you exist now. We can do whatever we want to you. First thing we're going to do is we're going to send a ship over there and we're going to collect your children and we're going to sell them to posh people in the places that do pay against harp to not have their countries decimated by a weather weapon.
That weren't where I was going with it, but it's a very logical conclusion. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I think that if the weather was true and fair, which I suppose this possibly argues for the existence of a god, because if this was neutral and not set about by some almighty being, then it would hit like countries equally. You don't see many. How many times has Switzerland been hit by a tsunami?
I don't know.
Well, it's a landlocked country for a start, so I'll tell you that's fucking definitely zero. And if it was anything above zero, I'd be amazed.
Switzerland being hit wouldn't be the main concern. Switzerland's probably the new coastline of what was, I assume, Central Europe.
Yeah, well, Switzerland now is a beach location. Absolutely fine. The Alps are now like they're islands. They're all individual islands, and the rest of Europe's underwater. This is like in 15 years' time, by the way, probably, the way things are going. Because we are having a warm summer, hence the vest. Hence this spectacular, hence this fucking absolute primal, this exudes energy that basically I don't possess. At this point,
if I saw you walking down the street in it, I'd think, fair play, he can probably handle himself in a fight.
Well, I mean, you've got to do that around here.
That's one of my. Well, that is what my thoughts are when I see a bloke that's wearing something that's a bit out there.
He's either going to meet up with like a grinder date, or he could probably batter us. Is that basically the thought process?
He's either mad for dick or he's good with his hands, which could still apply to both.
Well, I mean, I'm probably neither of them. But I'm just someone who...
Probably. I'm undecided on cock at the minute.
I mean...
That's why I bought the vest.
Yeah. And all it's done so far is brought us fights, which is weird. But now I've got to the point where I feel like the vest's actually speaking for me. I'm merely, like, it's channel, it's vessel at which it's going to fire shots at you.
Chose you.
How's our break been? We've been a couple of weeks off. What have you been doing? Can you talk about it? Can you not talk about it? What's been going on? Are the charges true? Are they going to hold up in court, or did you plead not guilty to everything?
It's been, I think the word is, it's not adjudicated. It begins with an S, where it's been postponed due to jural matters. No one can prove it was me though, hanging round outside their living room window, and even me saying that doesn't prove anything, because they can't prove it was me. Because
those footprints were at least two sizes bigger than your usual shoes, which is why you bought.
One of them was two shoes glued together, so they thought it was someone with an unusually small gait as they walk.
No, because if only one of them was two shoes glued together, then there'd be another shoe, which basically means you've been robbed by a three-legged race.
No. What they thought, it was a really helpful person helping along an injured person.
Oh,
Who'd
right.
they'd obviously hurt the leg.
And
They were
then
hopping along.
committed a robbery I mean unspeakable acts that we can't really talk about on this show, but will be revealed when documents come out later down the line.
Crime Watch, yes.
When you turn up on that chapter or any one of the many other true crime channels on YouTube that I happen to watch, you getting talked about by Eleanor Neal, the Yorkshire lass who always talks. She talks with her nails. She talks with her fingernails. Like, you know, people talk with their hands.
Yeah, yeah.
She, much like, I don't know, like a mating bird that's trying to attract attention, she talks with her fingernails as if she's trying to radiate rays of the sun from her mouth, trying to get it via her nails to project sound through the screen and true crime into your face.
Nice.
I mean, one of the main reasons I watch it, besides the fact she talks about grim shit, is I love to get annoyed at how she does it. But like, she's really
She
fucking good.
presents herself, yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, Eleanor. This is now an anti-Eleanor Neal podcast. Even though she's really good and probably there's some crossover listeners. We'd have to have listeners to have crossover listeners. Obviously, that doesn't happen. So, what have you been doing besides the things that we just talked about that you can't talk about?
I just needed to take a little break because it felt like the inside of my brain was sort of simultaneously fucking screaming and melting. So just a break just to let my head fix itself. Not in the sense that researching these and doing bits for these and stuff, that wasn't driving me mad. Probably wasn't helping, but my head wasn't going to where it would normally go to. I
Uh,
was getting a bit irate, I guess would be the word. I don't know what the word would be.
I
Not
get
very
that.
good with emotions, Jimmy. I don't know what they are. It's just part of the problem. But it gets to a point which is like a bottleneck, and then it's like, right, I'm either gonna hurt someone or myself. So let's take a couple of weeks away
I think
from what I'm doing.
everyone. I don't think anyone really knows until it hits them. To be fair, when it's shit like that happens, like it's as surprising to anyone when it happens. Not just even for the first time, but every time it does. Like
Oh, I never feel it building.
no, you don't. That's the
Never.
point. Because
No.
if you
Yeah.
like, well, I say that's the point. Many people might be like, oh yeah, we can feel it the entire time. That's why we do take measures to counteract this. But fuck those people and their plans and their fucking very brilliant ways of dealing with mental illness. What I like to do is completely suppress it, and cover it, mask it with cynicism, sarcasm, apathy, possibly virgin on comedy now and again might be funny, and maybe that, and then
Flirt with
that's
it.
yeah, and then what'll happen is I'll completely explode in a short period of time, get really flustered at anything over the matter of like 1 or 2 days, have arguments over fucking the crust of a pizza that isn't coming out quite right, over other people's dogs not crossing the road the way my dog does, which is the right way. Fuck your dog. Anything. And then once that happens, there's from the getting irked at things to exploding and having a meltdown, it's hours. And there's no like, what's going on here? It's, oh shit, what the fuck is this happening right now? And then, it takes a good couple of weeks to get back on terra firma.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I don't get that couple out. It sort of seems for me it spreads itself out over a week or so. And all them arguments that you're saying you'd have with people about things and that, I don't. I could say I don't have the luxury of having other people in my life, you know, but I have all of those arguments, debates, and slanging matches. They all just take place in my head, and I
Oh, I
get to
do that.
fucking then listen to that then, and it's like, oh well, this is fucking annoying. Can we have a bit of less of this? No, right? Well, okay, and then you put up with that for a bit, and then what I've found is nice is go and fucking rip up rats, make stuff out of them. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. And normally when this starts to happen, I make loads of fucking new stuff. So there's a little inside thing for people. If you see loads of new stuff appearing on my website, brand new that I've never done
Usually
before.
means I'm not very fucking well.
Yeah, Jack's poorly again.
He's
Bless
been
him.
very productive.
Yeah.
He's bashed out a lot. He's written 2 books. Fucking hell, he must be really bad.
You should read some of the descriptions on the things I've been making, mate. Fucking demented. I read back through them a couple of days ago to say,
Can you
can
say
people read these?
Yeah, can you tell they were written in a specific state of mind?
I can. Other people might read it and go, "This is fucking genius." I look at it and go, "Fucking hell." I need some fresh air or something.
Yeah, those internal arguments never ever switch off for me either. They keep me awake genuinely keep us awake at night. It's one of the reasons I have very bad sleep is because I can't switch off my internal monologue. I can't switch off constantly just questioning and having infighting with myself. It's very entertaining.
It can be. Sometimes it's not.
It results in, if you can ever write it down, a lot of decent material. Dark, but decent. But a lot of the time, you're not in the mindset to write it down. You're like,
no.
It's hours later when you can reflect on it and go, hey, that was really fucking funny if I didn't mean it.
I dreamt a comedy sketch the other night, which was fucking weird.
Fantastic.
One that I made myself in my head, which my dream gave to me, which was basically these 2. I know this is boring to describe a dream, but it made me laugh in my sleep.
But let's go.
So it might be something, I don't know. Basically, these 2 lads were working in a hospital, and they went into a room where this lady's got cancer, and she's having an ultrasound, and they start acting the bollocks. One of them was dressed in a mankini, the other one was dressed in a trench coat. The guy in the trench coat waits by the door. The mankini guy went and harassed the husband of the woman, giving him a bit of shit and winding him up, and he's like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "Oh, we're just there to cheer you up a bit, take your mind off your dying wife. Have you got any holidays booked?" And he went, "Oh yeah, we're going to fucking Spain or something, you know." And he's like, "Oh," the mankini man was like, "Oh, that's great." Pointed at the guy at the door, called him Mark, and went, "Oh, Mark over there, he's always in the Philippines, him always going to Thailand and the Philippines. Fucking loves it over there. He's more than happy over there, aren't you, Mark?" And then he'd give him a thumbs up and a little wave. And Mark, obviously, what made it funny for me was Mark hadn't heard this. And he's just over there and he's took it as, "Oh, I like it over here by the door, yeah." And then the bloke started laughing because it implied that Mark was a nonce that kept going over to the Philippines. I woke up laughing, but it was one of those where you wake up laughing, right? And then what I woke up in was just another dream of where I woke up and then spent a few hours of the day, and then I woke up properly.
So you're almost like a lucid dream.
Fuck knows, man. I don't have a clue. It was just a really weird
Did you
thing to watch. I've
Inception
never seen
yourself?
something like that.
You Inceptioned yourself in a comedy sense. It's not a bad sketch, though. I'll be honest. Like sleep you's better than normal you.
Thank you. If only I could get more of it.
What we need to do is get you a nice prescription for some diazepam, some alprazolam, something along those lines, and just get you on a nice sedative diet for just a few weeks. And then we'll have some belter shows. We'll have some
Just
really
have a little
good
pen
shows.
and pad next to the bed.
Yep. I mean, shows will be a lot longer because if you're having them, then just out of sheer camaraderie, I'd be forced to at least buy a box of Valium as well. And then shows would be about, I'd say 2-3 hours. They'd have the same amount. The word count would be exactly the same, but you speak so much more slowly that it'd be epics. It'd be longer than Lord of the Rings. Just us talking about, trying to recount
just
things.
About the Valium.
Yeah, probably just trying to recant what we really wanted to say at the beginning of the show for 2 hours.
Which is what this 20 minutes has been. We haven't really given them anything.
Yeah, there's no topic. I've already told the people in the Discord there's no topic. The topic is recuperation, which is what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. You took off, just went offline. I did a South Coast tour, mate. I say a South Coast tour. I went to Portsmouth and then went to Brighton for the first time.
Oh, what's Brighton like?
Going from Portsmouth, which is seaside city. Everything it was not well, it was busy, but not like it wasn't overly busy. To Brighton, that was absolutely rammed. Another seaside city that was just properly rammed. It was like everything a seaside city should be, but with too many people. Like I liked Brighton, never been before. Love the artwork that's all over everywhere. There's a lot of Extinction Rebellion artwork everywhere, right? I hadn't got a problem with Extinction Rebellion, like not.
I don't know what they are.
Not specifically. Not. I don't mean that I'm particularly fond of them. It's that I don't care about them at all.
Okay.
But there's a lot of their artwork everywhere. There's a lot of what appears to be spray paint, like murals all over. And is spray paint environmentally friendly? Are they not just shooting themselves in the foot by doing that? Like, that was the first thing that sprung to mind. Second thing, everything's a fucking rip-off. Fuck car parks that charge me £24 to stay in your fucking car park for 12 hours or something, up to 24 hours. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'd rather go to some fucking like scally estate, park outside someone's house and go, here, there's a tenner, or you just make sure my car doesn't get nicked. Like, and they used to be. So first time I ever went to a Sunderland game, Sunderland Football Club, we parked up like about half a mile from the stadium, and they got out and there's a lad on a push bike just going, here, do you want to give us a fucking fiver to make sure your car doesn't get fucked? And that to me is like a 12-year-old was like, that is the best racket I've ever fucking come across in my life. Just some youth on a bike being like, basically, give us a fiver, or when you go in that stadium, we're going to key your car. like, there's a fiver, son. There's a fiver. Please don't key my car. And that lad, I mean, this is an entrepreneurial podcast. That bloke, entrepreneur, he knew a market. He knew there's a big audience. And he knows no one wants to pay for fucking parking. Everyone's going to park around the estate, just surrounding this ground. And he's like, I'm fucking taking advantage of this in a way that the council and the football club can't. I don't know what he's up to now, because I only ever met him that once, giving him £5 to go, yeah, don't key this piece of shit 2002 fucking snot green Hyundai Accent that my mum happened to buy. Don't key this, although you'd probably increase the value of this piece of shit Korean box. That's nothing against the Koreans.
Bespoke artwork.
Specifically against... Yeah, it then becomes street art, essentially. Take this, I never want to see you again. And the thing is, he wasn't there when we got back as well, which we knew that. We knew he wasn't actually going to stay around and protect the cars.
No, he's protecting it from himself.
Yeah, I know, but the thing, like, the cheek of when we came back out to at least not just see him sat there on his bike still with, like, a screwdriver in his hand with all the cars that had been keyed, being like, didn't do yours though, mate, and then wheelies off at the distance with a rollie hanging out of his mouth. That to this day, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder how many businesses he owns, or how many cars
the cars nearby been done?
I can't remember. I genuinely...
You'd think he would do, just for in the future, because if he doesn't do at least a couple other cars...
Exactly.
No one's paying the second time.
Exactly.
You bellend.
You've got to key a few, you've got to, like, maybe let down a few tyres.
I used to drink with a lad when I was a teenager. That was his party piece. We was drinking in a park, but that was what he used to like to do at night time.
Let down tyres?
Let down people's car tyres in the driveways.
Yeah, you've brought up this much before. He sounds like a great crack.
Yeah,
and it is good. It is
I enjoyed it.
It is funny. Like, it is funny. We used to go around nicking car badges and car aerials, and we'd use car aerials. Basically, we all had BMXs. We'd use car aerials as batons, and we'd try and baton each other whilst on BMXs with car aerials. They fucking hurt. They really, especially if you can get the ones that have got like the solid ball on the end. So once it's extended all the way out, you've got that solid ball of metal and steel. It's just like, what? It like really hurts. And we were absolute wrong-uns in that sharp got knocked out of us when 2 or 3 streets in the same area kept getting all of their car aerials snapped off, and then they catch one of these youths on a bike one day like, you're getting kicked the fuck in, mate. Like, and I'm doing this on behalf of the entire locale. Like, you're getting fucked by neighbourhood watch here. Everyone's looking out their blinds going, that's the fucker. Give him one for me, Ken. Give him one for me, little bastard. Took my Fiesta aerial last week. Ugh. I just fitted me 6B9s into the new Kenwood head unit as well. Fucking wanker.
What this lad would be doing who's been keying the cars though and taking the fibre, if yous were the same entrepreneurial prowess that he had, then you would be getting wire coat hangers and going and selling them door to door. I hear you've lost your aerial. Got you one of these. Like when TVs were analog and you could just stick a dart in the back.
Yep.
Rather than having a TV aerial.
Yep.
Do that. Safer than a dart, though. You don't want to be sticking a dart in the top of your car going down the motorway.
It's not going to do much. Nightmare. Lad, when I was driving down, it wasn't even driving down to Portsmouth, it was driving down to Jamie's before we went down. There was a flatbed in front of us that dropped an empty box, onto the outside lane in the motorway. Now, that always causes fucking absolute great ructions. This is we're talking like oven box, large one, nothing in it, but that's not something you can risk when going down a motorway.
No. 5 cars back don't know that.
And you had 2 Teslas, one in the outside lane, one in the middle lane. I believe they were mates. The reason I suspect that is like they're exactly the same colour and the number plates were about 2 digits different, or like 2 letters away from each other. So they were practically, they might have even come from like a fucking showroom to get sold. But all I saw was like this one Tesla almost T-boned the other one to get out of the outside lane into the middle lane where the middle lane one was, and then he went to go over the other one. And just a fucking queue of cars trying to round this, trying to swerve around this box. Incredible. And then a lorry from like 10 cars behind just went bump and ploughed it. Obviously by this time knew it was just an empty box. He just smashed it. But I want to talk. Brighton as an issue. I brought this up. Basically, there was a massive meeting of broadcast minds in Brighton, which was Rankin and I meeting for the first time. We double dated. It was fantastic. Rankin and Haley, Jamie and I went out. We had civil bao buns. Fucking delicious as well. Love it. But do you like a bao bun, mate? Like a bun
I've got no idea what that is, mate.
It's a steamed bun, Korean, like almost like a light dough, steamed, like a donut but steamed instead of fried. And then you fill it with various meats. You can have pork belly. You can have chicken. We have both. You can have vegetarian options if you don't eat meat. Fantastic, mate.
I'd give it a go. Yeah.
Just not only would you give it a go, you'd give it several goes, as we did. But when I was down there, there was one thing I've noticed about the South Coast in general, because this wasn't just Brighton specific, this was Portsmouth as well. They've embraced the croc in a way that no other part of the country has, as an acceptable acceptable form of footwear. And I'll be honest, I thought this island was better than that. I'm one for a Larry Air Max. I'm one for, if you want to wear a Doc Marten, you wear a Doc Marten. If you want to wear even a New Balance, nice trainers, nice comfortable trainer, but a Croc, I don't see. The fucking sous chef in the restaurant we went to in Portsmouth was wearing them. Like, and it was possibly the best meal I've ever had in my life. Like, and not just saying that because it was recent. Fucking unbelievable food. Like, incredible. There was lobsters, mate. There was beef cooked in lobster fucking stock. There was Kentucky fried trout. There was fucking cremuse. There was fucking cocktails. It was banging. But the entire time we had the chef's table, which is basically just a bench look in the kitchen so you can watch your food being cooked while it happens. Because I'm a fucking little food nonce wanker and I like watching shit like that. So the whole time I should be staring at this, like, all this glorious food that's being prepped and how it's being made. I'm just staring at this lad's Crocs, wondering, like, in a kitchen environment, aren't you supposed to be wearing like fucking safe footwear?
I'd have thought steel toe cap, or at least something with a lace.
Not something that's got
You
soft
just slip
plastic
off.
and full of holes.
Yeah.
Say, I don't know, you spill some hot liquid. I don't know, maybe in a kitchen there could be amounts of boiling hot oil just kicking about. Or even water, even a hot sauce, even a bechamel. Like, bechamel, if it falls through crock holes, that's a thick, like, viscous... It's essentially creamy lava. No one wants
I'm glad
anything...
you explained what it was.
Bechamel, it's the
I
white
didn't have
sauce
a
that's on
clue.
lasagna.
Is it?
That's bechamel sauce. Very basic.
I've always
But-
just called it white sauce. I didn't have a clue. I didn't know.
Well, I mean, you could,
Just
could
went
call
for
it that.
descriptive, you know.
You could call it that, or you could be accurate and call it what it is. But the Croc is not. But it wasn't. That was my limit. I'd seen it on people, on tourists, but then I started seeing it on professionals, people in the workplace, and I'm glad the North's taken a stand against that. To be honest, that's something I don't want to. That can't come above the Watford gap.
They don't seem to have made it to the southwest. I wouldn't have said
Yeah,
they've
but
made
they
it
all
there.
wear fucking hemp, don't they? Or no, actually no, they all wear no shoes at all. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they've got them calluses.
They've got. You can't surfboard in fucking Crocs. You know what I mean? You can't have a drum. You can't drum
don't
circle.
it gives you that advantage.
I suppose there was also a silent protest going on outside Barclays in Brighton. That seems pointless. There was basically a
But
bunch
it's
of
that
old
busy.
people having a nap outside Barclays whilst holding signs. Like they were closing their
Dying in the
eyes.
sun as well.
It weren't sunny. It was
Was it
drizzly. It was
Oh.
drizzly, but like very warm.
What were they
Do you know
protesting?
Barclays something against human rights. Barclays, what are we? Basically, I don't know if you've heard. Banks are bad.
Oh,
But this time, this Friday, it was Barclays' turn to be bad. So HSBC, Halifax, and everyone else got the day off. They're like, you can do banking shit for the day, and we'll turn a blind eye. What we're actually going to do is we're going to get some camping chairs. Going to put all of our waterproofs on. I'll also add that it was like that real muggy wet. You know, it's really warm, but it's also like raining. So you sort of like
uncomfortable.
it does. You can't be comfortable because you've got to
Good,
wear wear waterproofs, but those waterproofs they keep the heat in. You're not getting that heat out. So what they decided to do, which everyone obviously does want to do on a Friday, is take up in Brighton, which is fucking busy, very, very valuable and necessary path space, so they could shut their eyes, not talk, and basically nap whilst holding signs that say Barclays are bad for doing bad things. Now, I know we talked about the police sentencing and protest bill that's came in, and I know I said it was gonna fuck up like a lot of things. It's gonna fuck up like protests for sure. Those people deserve life sentences. The ones that were sat, which for them probably not too long, maybe 4 or 5 years at a push.
Just kill them, then.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yes, what they're serving. No, if you're gonna say Barclays are bad, throw a Molotov through the window. Fucking take the manager hostage.
Key the manager's car.
Yep, stand
say,
outside the car park.
You'll
and say,
pay
'cause
me
if-
better interest, or I'll key your car.
Take the law into your own hands. Don't do something that no one cares about. And in fact, everyone's just going to get angry because you're not getting in their face telling
And
them
no
what
one's blaming Barclays
No,
for that.
exactly. Everyone's going, well, I actually fucking need to go in the bank because it's Friday, so I've got the money from the business for the day. And, like, I survive on this shop that I've put my life into. Like, I just paid off my student loan. Things are just starting to get good for us. But this money needs to be in on Friday because, look, bills are going to come out. And if I don't get that money to my wholesalers, etc., like, I'm not going to survive anymore. And And you're basically the evil people here. Stop taking up space on the path so people can't get to the bank and do the shit. If you're going to protest against Barclays, do some fucking violent shit so everyone's like, fuck, Barclays must have done something bad because that person's gone off the Richter there.
And they'd really pay attention as well if they've all got an average age of 75.
Exactly.
Really grab headlines.
And that's being fairly complimentary to this group of people. I'd say 75 was a generous average.
Maybe they're just from a care home. No, care home's understaffed and they've gone, fucking staff have got COVID. Fucking we'll shove them outside the bank with these signs. My daughter's big into the protests. It gets me in with her. She'll love this.
Well, I've never wished COVID on any group of people. But all I can say is I hope they haven't been vaccinated yet. And that brings us on to the next topic, which is the fucking vaccine. I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I'm gonna go and get it tomorrow. Which,
are you?
Yeah, which to the truth-seeking community, all 2 or 3 of you, it might be like, oh no, but this is the conspiracy world. Like, you're gonna get the 5Gs. That's true, but I really, really want to go to Warehouse Project in October. I already have the tickets, and like, they're not letting you in if you haven't got the vaccine. Now, do I agree with the fact that like they're making massive venues demand that people are vaccinated before going in, which is what the government are doing? No. Do the venues agree with it? No. But do I really want to see Fortet, Goldie, Sherelle, Special Request, and a whole other names that I've never actually managed to see before? Fucking yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah. And if it's going to take my possible future health, my ability to have children, or whatever else people are saying could possibly happen from the long-term effects from the vaccine, I'm willing to risk them because there looks to be some blinder sets on that, and I'm not missing out on a second year of raves. Give me 2 doses of 5G. Let me start emanating this 5G about to everyone else, because I want to go and do a rave and take some cowies and stuff. I'm willing to stake my chances at just living longer and not becoming a mutant. I'm willing to just risk those just so I can take a pill again.
Fair. Imagine though if the vaccine fucking counteracted the pill.
I'd be furious. That would be
they'd put loads of little bits in it that fucking change the fucking enzymes in your body so that you can't uptake anything. It just passes through you, makes your piss burn a little bit or something because it's not been ingested and used.
That would be...
Everyone's just in there fucking getting 51st stated. That
would be the worst thing ever. If the sole reason so I can get off me nut whilst listening to loud music again, and if it'd be worse than fucking like growing an extra arm or being in like some of the states that I've seen people posting online where like these people have started fitting and started losing control over their motion, or like after the second dose. Albeit most of these videos are people that are like, yeah, I had underlying health issues at the time and they told us not to get it, but I got it anyway. Well, I don't really have to say anything further on that. You're a fucking idiot, aren't you? You just sit and shake away on that chair and think about what you've done. In the meantime, if I took the vaccine and then it stopped cowies being able to work, I genuinely would have no reason left to live on this earth. And that would make it even worse because then I'd be protected against one of the things that has a chance of killing us.
Nothing can stop you against a bus, though. Not even a helmet.
No.
So there's always that option, you know.
There is the Tyne-and-Wear Metro. I mean, it's never on time, so I'd have to just be lingering about, but it's going to be there at some point, and I'll be waiting on those tracks.
You don't even have to wait, just freeball it. Just be like, you see it coming? Not today. But you never know, Jimmy. A couple of days down the line, you might be like, fuck it, dive into it head first.
Well, yeah.
It's
not that easy.
I got asked a question today about driverless cars, and I said, because they were saying, what do you reckon the moralistic standpoint is if there's an accident or something? And I didn't really understand the question, but I suggested that you should, when it comes past you, try and kick the front of it as it comes past when there's no driver in there. If we learn where the cameras are on there so they can't quite see what's happened,
Right.
and then we do that, can we sue the owner of the car or the manufacturer of the car? Or make a nice couple of quid? We could set up a little Threshold FM caliper agency or something, crutches, and then there's a little bit of extra money coming in there.
We could sell laser pens.
What,
and
so
shine them
the
in
camera lenses,
shine them into the camera lenses,
or just in driver's eyes in general. Then we don't need to wait for the automatic cars.
Exactly, we can do that now. There's no issue. In fact, by the end of this episode, if you go on the Redbubble, we will have truth-seeking, extremely high strength, definitely real military grade, not made in China and bought en masse from eBay, laser pens that will most certainly blind not only the eyes of the digital AI machine that controls your Tesla, but just also the eyes of any unsuspecting motorist.
Passengers.
Yeah, you can. I'm not saying I'm an advocate for this, but if you wanted to stand on one of the many overpasses on the M1 and just fucking spray that thing about like a shotgun, just side to side, like you would, like on any, like you're in a
Put
space
your
in
finger
a
in front of
beaker.
it like you would on a garden hose and split the beam.
No, you can. Do you not remember the caps you could get for laser pens when you were a kid? And like it would
puts a shape in it.
Yeah, it puts a different. So you could just get one of those where it like spreads it about, and then boom, that's it. How many compo claims do you want to put in? All you got to do is once you've shot it on a bunch of cars, caused a 27 car pile up or something, you just make your way down. Your car's been in the hard shoulder the whole time. You reverse up, bang, and then you lie in the car and go, oh, the all hitters. Every one of these motorist hitters, I want to sue them all, and that's 32 car insurance claims you'll get. Yeah, and even though you didn't cause the accident, you were. I mean, well, even though they didn't cause the accident, they'll be the ones that have to pay for it when the insurance goes to court, won't they? Not that anyone will ever know anything about that. Not that anyone's ever had that happen to them. Yeah, we won't talk about that any further, but yeah, that happens. So if you wanted to do that and make a few quid, also whilst releasing a little bit of anger, getting rid of thinning the population a little, you could do that. Maybe time it right. You could catch a bus full of old biddies going to sit outside a local bank with a fucking load of camping chairs. You could just do us all a service and wipe them out while you're on.
Do it when they've claimed the pension, though, so you can go in. If there's still the classic old person, do it on one of them days where they've been post office in the morning, so you can sneak onto the bus as well while everyone's unconscious.
Funny innit?
Get yourself 20 quid, 25 quid here, and some cigs as well.
Funny innit? They'll protest against Barclays, but they won't protest against the hands that feed them. They'll never be outside the post office protesting against them.
They don't protest against fucking military grade laser pens either. And that'll be the downfall of them.
It will be, you're fucking right. It's the hand they can't see that hits them hardest, mate. Tell you right now. Yeah, and when they're heavily...
we've been practicing fighting for this bed, guys.
when their heavily cataract retinas get fucking hit with my fucking absolutely beast made in Shanghai bad boy laser eye killer 5000, they'll fucking know. They will know. I'll penetrate those cataracts in a way no optometrist ever has been able to. And I don't even know if optometrists do anything with cataracts. I'm making a link that could or could not be. It does, but that's exactly why it won't be true.
No, there'll probably be some form of surgeon.
Because it makes sense to us.
Yeah.
And that's not usually a good thing to anyone else. Have you been watching the Olympics, mate?
I've seen bits of it. As you know, I'm not really big into sports. Saw a bit of the weightlifting, a load of fat women lifting weights.
Yes, the Chinese lass who bust the Olympic record.
Yeah, she did pretty well. She looked like she could have done a lot more.
She looks like she's done a lot.
Because I never knew that out of shape people. I mean, they're not. My general view of the Olympics was always that they were like the skinny people that run. I've never seen this before.
What weightlifters do carry mass, but she, she looked like she had spent most of that training camp eating. She was definitely the trainer. There was a lot of repetitive arm movement going on in her training camp. Chopsticks to face, to bowl, to face, to bowl, to face, to bowl, repeat. But I'm not going to say anything against the lass, because she could not only lift both of us, but she could do it twice and then throw us through a wall. What was refreshing to see was the New Zealand transgender athlete. People will probably be aware that that this is quite a notable. She's that notable. I can't remember her fucking name, but a notable athlete, being the first trans weightlifting athlete at the Olympics. But there was a lot of like the typical argument shite coming into it, being like, "Oh, that's not fair. It's a bloke who's now a woman. Like blah blah blah. He's going to wipe the floor clean." She failed all 3 attempts.
Yeah, I know, that made it kind of fun in it for those, against those people.
It does, but what it does go to show is like being a woman. It sort of proves like that transgender like feelings of that are real, because like it just shows that like once you become a woman, you become shit at weightlifting like all women are. What he's basically done is like, I feel like a woman, and gone, now I am a woman. Oh, and I've dropped this because it's heavy. What am I doing? Although he got dominated by loads of other genuine women, which makes it just so much better. It's a bit like, I've got nothing against that person. Let them do it. Let them keep dropping weights. That's fine with me. Let them keep dropping weights that I couldn't even lift to drop.
Things that are heavier than me.
things that I'll never be able to lift to then drop, to then fall out of the Olympics. But she got smashed. It sort of like shows that that's not a way of cheating. You can't really get it up like that. You can't just immediately go, oh, well, I'll just be a bloke and then I'll just switch to a lass and then I'll win the Olympics. Nah, you probably won't. It's the same when it comes to, I think we've talked about this before, when it comes to blokes who talk about, mainly men who talk about female fighting, female boxers and female MMA fighters. And you're like, I would like any single one of those people to get in an octagon with the current UFC champion.
I don't think that there's... I struggle to believe that there's many people that look at a professional fighter of any gender and go, yeah, I could fucking take them.
There are many of those people. You only have to spend 5 or 10 minutes in any MMA thread on Instagram, Reddit, or Twitter to find many, many, many swathes of people. And I'll be completely honest, although most of them are from America, because that's where most of the audience is, a high percentage are from countries where, shall we say, women aren't necessarily valued at all. There are a lot of Arabic and Asian countries, and a few Eastern European countries, quite a few, where are like, no, this is not a place for women. Like, they don't belong in martial arts. This is not what a woman's role is. Blah 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 blah. Again, I like to extend an offer to any one of those commenters to spend not even a full fight, not even three rounds, 1 round in an octagon with, we could go current champions, we could go Amanda Nunes, or we could go Shevchenko, or I would say what would be better is you wouldn't want to throw them in against a champion. You'd want to throw them in against like someone who wasn't even top 10 but would still fuck them up, because then it doesn't give them an argument to go, yeah, well, I lost against the best.
Yeah, a hobbyist. Someone that's done it for a good few years, never really competed.
Yep.
Let them go against them, yeah. I think for competitions, though, even for fighting, mate, I think they should get a year. I don't think the Olympics, keep the Olympics every 4 years, but it should be done like jury duty, mate.
What, the sporting events?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I'd do that.
There'd be more money in the gambling side of it, so people would be happy. You've not got these people then that spend 8 years going to, they could in that time they could go. Let's say they go to 2 Olympics, or they attend them. They go to one, they get a silver, they go again, they come sixth. Afterwards, feel like shit for the rest of their lives because they failed.
Yes.
It gets rid of all of that. You just get a letter in the post. We swap that with jury duty. People on jury duty should be fully trained on how to be in a jury and be completely objective. That should be a trained thing. I feel like I've said this before. That should be a thing where they're trained for that.
That should be a thing. Like
that
I genuinely don't believe that I don't think that it should be down to a bunch of random people who this is their one-off. I don't think that that's pressure that anyone should.
Reggie from 5 Doors Down, that's never left his couch in the past 3 years because he's got crippling depression. Should he be put in charge of someone's life?
No.
Or should it be someone who's gone to and trained for it and has an understanding of the law and repercussions and that?
The only thing is when you get to them is they're corruptible.
Is it really that impressive to watch someone who's ran 5 miles a day run 200 metres? Is it fuck? You do it all the time. I couldn't give a shit. Honestly, I couldn't give a shit.
See,
I feel like with stuff like the archery and that, they can't practice that all the time. They need to go to a place to practice. Shot put, javelin. They can't practice. They can't go to the park and practice. They fucking whip someone's eye out, break someone's neck with the fucking rock.
What if they've all got really big gardens? Basically, whoever wins those is who's got the biggest garden.
It could be.
And more steroids when you're in the off season and people aren't tested. Like, because there are some specimens at the Olympics. I like your idea. I don't like the idea that I'd be called up for like fucking high jump or something.
Yeah, but you could be against 3 people that are 80. A Slovakian, an old Slovakian woman who's 73, a Chinese lady who's 85, a fucking 13-year-old from Northern Ireland, and you're like, all right, Buzzy. Well, Republic of Ireland.
But I've seen old Chinese people in like kung fu films and that, and they always they're still belter. You seen Pai Mei jumping about on a sword.
Just regular people, Jimmy.
And Slovakians, mate, if she's 73-year-old Slovakian, she lived through communism and like the Cold War times and shit. Like that woman's hardy. She's probably had to jump walls before, away from like fucking turrets and tanks and shit like that.
For a while, and not with a fucking pole.
That muscle memory never goes away. She's had to do that a lot more than I have. I'm not doing any jumping events. Triple jump. I've tried triple jump. I did it at school. Shite. Really bad at it. I can jump, but head forwards. And it's no good for triple jump. Yeah, like that's the way. If I want to jump far, the way I jump is like head first to try and clear something.
Then you'd be good for the 100 metres for that last couple of seconds. Another thing that pissed me off with the Olympics, it really looks like people hold back. You see them running towards the end, then you have a little look around and they slow down.
Well, a lot of the time that's because you're watching the heats on the way up to the final, so they've got to try and save themselves.
Doesn't even make sense to me, that saved themselves, because they've got like 3 days in between. So they could still go for it. Do you know what I mean? It just seems... If they've been practicing that hard, they should be confident enough to do it, so why not just have strangers? And I would fucking love to see a 65-year-old man fight who's scrawny, get his head kicked in by some fucking massive 22-year-old. Like in the boxing.
Well, those would be two entirely different weight classes, so I don't think that'd ever work.
There could be a short 22-year-old. Well, let's say a fat old 65-year-old.
Yeah, that's better. Just say a big fat old bloke.
Yeah. The age it doesn't have to be 65, though. That's not limited.
No, he could be 65. That's fine, but you can't have him scrawny against the massive bloke. But what you can have is a fucking old fat fuck get his face absolutely smashed in by an Adonis of some like 6'8" like chiseled beast in his prime.
And it'd be incredible to watch. How far will he go? He already knows he's won before he even sets foot on into the ring.
I see your
point.
How
much will he beat him up? I'd watch that, mate.
But you're the person that when he gets like very manic decides to rip rats apart and make things out of them. So yeah, of course you'd want to watch that.
So I don't see how that's relevant.
The problem is I would too. I'd watch the fuck out of that, and I'd be backing that 65-year-old fat mush all the way. Because you know what? Yes, you can can build physicality, you can create muscle, but what you can't create is that knockout attitude. And you never know the old bloke. He could have done some amateur boxing back in the day, and out of nowhere, big Arnold Schwarzenegger mush is coming over with fucking thunder and lightning in his hands, and then Al Geezer just pop, little right hook hits him with a Rolly hanging out of his mouth again, just pop, and then just sits back, puts his little farmer's cap on, and then gets out the ring, fucks off. I want to see.
I'd still be happy to see that though.
I like the Olympics.
It'd just be more impressive.
I get you. I like the Olympics because it gives you a chance to watch loads of things in small doses that you'll never watch outside of the Olympics.
I don't want to watch them inside the Olympics.
See, I like seeing, because I get you. I get it's not as impressive to you, but those are what I think. What I find is it's incredibly impressive that someone's managed to train and sculpt themselves into being the very best at this one specific thing. But like, I also like to think that that person's done nothing else with their life ever, and like they're really shit at stuff. Like they can't make toast without burning it. They can't fucking tune a telly. Can't tune a telly. Don't know how to change a tyre. You're like, how good has been able to run really fast for about 25 metres and then take a hop, a skip and a jump into a box of sand actually got you in life. Now you're 42. Now you've got nothing. Now no one cares about long jump, triple jump anymore. They're not going to fucking teach it to anyone else. What are you doing? Where's your transferable skills? What you got on your CV? Oh, I'm really good at running quite a short distance. Then taking one hop, one skip, and then jumping really far into a box of sand. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but McDonald's, we're not really taking on at the moment. You best go to Aldi and ask them if you've got any people in the warehouse. What? Aldi didn't want you because jumping into a box of sand is nothing to no one. It's no good whatsoever. It displays no set of skills or anything that we can actually do. Can you turn up to work on time? Oh, I've never actually had to turn up to a job on time. No, right, well, where the fuck is jumping into a box of sand going to get you? That's what I like to think about athletes. They are perfect at this one special thing, but otherwise flawed individuals.
They're not perfect at it though. That's one of the things I did enjoy about what I've seen. Knowing these people, I've practiced this for years, and I've even had an extra year, and then watched them do it wrong, and they get the thing and it's not allowed. Or these people in the weightlifting that was like, they were all scrambling for it because one of them put down, let's say, fucking 127. The others are like, in the men's, they were like, oh, well, I'm going to do 128. And then the other one's like, oh, I'm going to do 128 as well. And then the other one's like, oh, I'll do 129. Even though a minute ago, before that, he'd put 112. He knew he couldn't do that. He's done that to save face. And
no, he's done that.
He looked like he was going to have a hernia. He looked like something was going to pop out of his body, and he didn't know quite where that could be.
That does happen. Prolapses are not uncommon, which is another reason you must watch the Olympics when it comes to weightlifting, because you never know if you're watching it live.
But they don't have a mirror down by the floor, so you can't see the prolapse pop out through the shorts, the back of the shorts.
Really well lit platform, the weightlifting though, so you would get a good shot from like face on.
You see the shadow form on the floor.
And any splashback, like that would come up in the lighting perfect. That would shine off. What we really need to do is take the laser pens to the weightlifting, and just when they're at the peak. When they're at the fucking, I can't remember what the thing is where they do the
clean and jerk.
That's the jerk. When they do the jerk, when they do that, that's when the laser pens, and then we get to see it. We get to see possibly a fucking prolapse, some buckled elbows. That'll be nice. Some pop shoulders, broken neck, collapsed chest, some many shattered ribs. We're in for a blinder, literally a blinder. And I think the one thing that does frustrate us about the Olympics is the UK Team GB only tend to do good at stuff that involves equipment. Bikes, horses, boats. Well, fucking boss boats, mate. If we can do it on water that doesn't involve swimming, we'll smash it. But the UK's like Great Britain is basically cheating. It's not what a human can do. It's what a human can do once given a piece of technology, a piece of equipment to work
Showing
with.
that they're good workers.
Which I suppose is a transferable skill. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I've just got a gold medal in the velodrome for the 4x400.
Fucking ban that right away.
What, the velodrome?
Yeah, it just encourages people to look at that and go, you know what? I'll fucking buy a bike, or I'll take the bike out. No, I don't think that should be allowed. I don't think you should be able to even fucking own a bike if you're over the age of 18. I know that's going to upset some threshold listeners. I was going to say
we have quite a few BMXers. Literally, some of the only listeners are BMXers.
Well, do that in your own. They do that on the fucking I don't know what the ramps and that. Yeah.
Oh,
in the woods.
Don't tell
road biking.
Don't tell Chode to ride park. Don't tell Chode to ride park. It'll be extreme. I can sense the frustration. Just through the Discord right now. I can't even see it, but I can sense it. I can feel he's there, being like, you'll never see me in a skate park. Fuck those guys. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, but is he on the road? Fucking getting
Chode's
in the way?
everywhere.
Does Chode own a car, for example? Or,
yeah, he does.
Yeah, well, perfect. That's fine. But still, shouldn't be driving. These people that buy a bike instead of buying a car, mate, fucking irritating. Because what that is, in my opinion, is quite possibly down to that fucking conspiracy about the Russians trying to take us over, and they're trying to dismantle our economy by making people buy a bike. There's less things to buy on a bike. You don't have to buy petrol or out like that. Yeah, you might buy a little bit of Lycra if you're a bit of a fucking fanny and you're like, oh yeah, fucking look at me helmet. Fucking, and then they'll buy a helmet as well, which is fucking the only other thing they're gonna buy. Where it's just bad for us.
Buy mug guards, buy dust caps.
Once.
No, I buy many dust caps.
Buying petrol and keeping the country going. Everyone starts cycling. And then it makes it more annoying because then they have to put in this new thing in petrol to fucking make us use more petrol because more people are using bikes. I looked up before, man, because I thought to myself, I don't really know much about sports, mate. £1.18 billion in the past few years has gone into fucking cycling on the roads in England.
Yeah.
To save money for the NHS is the main claim for it.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily agree that was the main claim. I think the most positive thing to come out of that is the amount of the drastic reduction of fucking fossil fuels being used. Now I don't like to have to drive around cyclists. I have no problem with bikes themselves. I think, and this is someone that's been to Amsterdam quite a few times and been very much under siege by fucking the parade of bikes that is constantly running through Amsterdam, which is a fucking piss take. But, like, there's no smog in Amsterdam.
No, just smugness.
Yeah, but they're all stoned as well, and that pretty much like diffuses the smugness. It sort of gets. They're basically they don't ride about feeling great about themselves. They go, can't get drug tested for riding this bicycle, ha 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 ha, and they're just stoned like life, and it's also very flat in the Netherlands, so there's not many hills to traverse. Like you're absolutely sound there.
There is here though.
Yeah, there are.
People still bike up them.
Those people have got even less of a problem. So like people who mountain bike.
No, but they're not mountain biking. They're going up the roads. Yeah,
again, nothing against cycles. Everything against cyclists who don't respect that a road's a road.
That's
and a
why they should ban the velodrome. They ban the cycling events.
No, do you know what they should have?
They don't allow cigs on telly.
Do you know what they should have?
They don't allow cigs on telly because it's bad for your health. You ride a bike, mate, that's going to be bad for your health.
Here's a way.
You get hit by a car.
Here's a way to include the velodrome whilst promoting like as real road safety. Have the velodrome as it is with the width that you would need for the bikes. Then you have a lane of traffic on the outside of the velodrome with
like a murder dome thing, murder ball.
With cars moving, yes. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say velodromes are usually enclosed arenas. That's quite a lot of traffic. What about carbon monoxide? Well, it adds.
Who cares? It's full of cyclists.
It adds to the fucking spice of the race. Are all the athletes going to make it? Because when you're pedaling fast, you're going to be taking in more oxygen, you're going to be breathing more, going to be breathing in more carbon monoxide. You're going to pass out. So, how many breaths can you do the race in? It's basically like F1 drivers when they've got to plan pit stops to like basically get the optimum amount of fuel in whilst wasting the least amount of time. You're going to have to optimise breathing to take on board the least amount of carbon monoxide. Because if you breathe in too much, you're going to fall asleep, you pass out. I mean, yeah, you might die, but most importantly, you're not going to win. So there's that to take into account. Everyone who's watching it in the velodrome, they're definitely going to pass out, which is probably the best thing to happen when you're watching a cycling race because it's fucking boring.
It doesn't already happen.
B, deserves to happen to anyone who's chosen their time and spent their money on watching fucking cycling. And C, well, the winners who manage to who don't pass out, get to see the end of the race, if that's your fucking thing, you sick cunts. But that's the way to do it. And then it not only teaches the importance of staying in your own lane, because if you get into the row of traffic, those cars can't slow down. Once it's on a wall of death, it's all about momentum. So if you go into the traffic, the car's going to murk you. You're fucking flat. It's game over.
And then it's probably going to fall off the wall and kill everyone involved.
Boom. So it teaches. This is threefold. This, mate. Teaches them about road safety. It gets rid of people who go to watch cycle events, and because I don't want to talk to those people. Those are the sort of people who I imagine sit outside Barclays in silence in Brighton on a Friday, getting piss wet in their trespass fucking Mac on.
They're not the sort of people who do it. They're the people that are looking forward to doing it when they're older.
Oh, yeah. They walked past those people and went, not today, but in about 10 or 15 years' time when I retire.
I just don't have the bravery for doing what you do.
But what you do is stunning, and I admire everything. There's a £5. I've just been in the bank to get it. There you go. But what was the third? There was the teaching road safety. There was the getting rid of the crowd.
Carbon monoxide poisoning.
There's teaching the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning. That was the third. Why aren't we in charge of the Olympics?
Because my immediate thought was involve some form of javelin event with the velodrome, so you got to throw it through the front wheel of the bike.
That's a brilliant shout, mate. That you could also have shot put.
That's why we're not in charge.
You could
shot put going for the head. Yep. Testing helmets, mate.
You could
then
turn
it becomes a proper test of equipment as well.
You could turn it in like Jackass, where they do the runs and they like swing bags and everything at them. You could have the velodrome, but in just one straight line. They've got to do like a mile drag race, and all the way around it, we just have all the throwing events going on at the same time. You've got discus, javelin, fucking shot put. Let's have the high jump.
Archery's in there now.
Yeah, shooting. You can have the high jumpers. Who knows where they'll land? You can have what else have we got?
Hurdles. They've got to each jump over 6 cyclists while running laps of this, trying to jump over with the cyclists say going up and down. Right, and then a figure 8 running track within that, or maybe a doubled figure 8 running track. So they're going to pass by the cyclist potentially. They've got to time it and jump the cyclist.
2 things.
Basically, have it all over within a day.
Yeah, do it. Just it's an afternoon. Perfect. It's an afternoon session.
Yeah.
The 2 things. The hurdles is by far the most pointless one of the whole Olympics. Let's just have a sprint race, but introduce an obstacle. That I hate. I would get rid of that. I don't see the point in hurdles.
I don't understand why they make them jump in a puddle.
Oh, the steeplechase.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's again. Those two.
I didn't get that.
They can. If I want to see when it comes to track and field, what I want to see is people doing shit fast as fuck, people throwing stuff far as fuck, or jumping insanely high or long. What I don't want to see is someone having to fucking leap fences like they're running from busies because they've just fucking smashed someone's windscreen or something. Like, Secondly, fuck equestrian, because they don't give the medals to the horses. No, they give the medals to the humans, and the humans done, from what I understand, the least amount of work. It's like when you do the people who do like the high beam in the rings on the gymnastics. It's like giving the bloke that hoists those people up to the rings at the start. It just goes, boom, there you go, you're on the rings now do your thing. It's like giving him the gold medal for if that person wins. I'd give the horse the medal. The horse deserves it. Also, I want to see 3 horses on a podium. Don't know about you. Sounds fucking
Yeah.
hilarious to me.
It
To watch
does,
three
it does.
horses with a national anthem playing, and the horse just like getting its medal over its head.
And every 4 years, the commentator can get in the joke of like zooming in on the one who came last and going, "Oh, I have a long face, buddy." And people would love that. People would wait for that.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
would then watch the equestrian events.
They
They
would.
should change the fucking. Is it the 5 or 15,000 meters or whatever the fuck it is? The one that lasts half an hour. Change that. You could make that better by making it longer. Make it endless. So in the end, it's just like fucking 5 Kenyans who have been running for 5 hours,
I think
and then
this
it's whoever drops last wins.
this year was the first time. I don't know if it was the 15,000 meters, but it was the first time in like 30 plus years that a Kenyan didn't win.
Oh,
Which
I
for
think I
Ken,
actually watched that as well. But I
Yeah.
fucking-
which is for Kenya must be absolutely fucking demoralising. You're like, this, we haven't got a lot, right?
especially if they've got gambling over there.
Yeah, like that is one every year.
It's a
You're
sure
like,
bet you would
right, we are winning a fortune. We're gonna bet on
Mm.
our boys. We never fucking lose. Like, there's something about when it comes to genetics. Well, you see, that's one thing you see in the Olympics is you see like how much genetics is almost certainly involved in like people's abilities and what they can and can't do. Long distance running, fucking Kenyans boss that shit all over for days. Ethiopians not far behind at all. When it comes to sprinting, Jamaicans, fucking hell, what the fuck? Jamaican women especially, like, the insane. When it comes to boxing, Cubans, that's what communism. You will not get fed, but you will have some of the best combat athletes on the planet who will in turn not get paid until they possibly flee the country and then source professional deals elsewhere. But communism does form some fucking amazing athletes. That's one interesting thing. 100 metres was also interesting this year. It was won by an Italian bloke who, before he come into it, was like 100th ranked in sprinting, and then hadn't run under like 10 seconds fucking ages, and then in his qualifiers did something like 9.8, 9.7, 9.9, 9.85 and then 9.82 to win. Got better every single time, out of nowhere to win the 100 metres. That shit's impressive. I like seeing it when people who were the massive outsiders absolutely starch everyone else.
And you would get that every 4 years if they had my system. So everything you're saying is great about the Olympics is rare. I'm making that happen all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Flattening the odds everywhere, just being like, right. So
Men versus women as well. Opened it up to everyone.
I got to make it equal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it won't make a difference because they've not been training for it. They get told 6 months in advance, so they get a bit of a, might as well lose a little bit of weight so
I'd
people
say-
don't see
I
the
wouldn't even
underside
say
of my belly
six-
dangling out underneath my vest.
I wouldn't even say 6 months. I would say they've got
How long do you need to tell work you're going to be off for a couple of weeks?
2 months, I'd say, because then it
Yeah,
gives them
3
enough
months.
time. Because if they've been sessioning, because you've got to pass the drugs test and everything. So if you've been
Oh.
sessioning, gives you time to clean your system out. Like you say, it gives you a couple of time, maybe top your tan up. Because, if you go in the Olympics, you want to get that base tan ready.
It's the time to be vain. The world's looking at you,
Exactly.
going, look at the fucking state of him. He's shitting himself.
You at least wouldn't want to go, look at the state of him and how pale he is. Like, you want to at least have that base tan. You could like you say, get someone to look after the kids. That's pretty important. Didn't really consider that. And
Also, when they come waving the flags in, make that more interesting. These would be people with all different sorts of personalities, not people thinking, I better be polite and nice so I get a good sponsorship deal afterwards with a yogurt company. Hello to nobody. No one's here. And I'm still waving at the seats because I watched some of that. I thought, this is fucking dumb. What the fuck are they doing? And I wanted to watch the whole thing as well, but I couldn't find it because I wanted to watch it and try and make notes so that I could come back in 10, 20 years' time and see how much of it was predictive programming for what happened in the future because of what happened in the London one and how people picked that apart.
people absolutely love that. Basically any massive event, someone on YouTube or BitChute in your case will be able to tell you in depth across over about 2.5 hours about how every single bit of this orchestrated piece of performance art is actually a secret message from the Cabal to other members of the Cabal of what they're going to do as part of their agenda to cull the earth and maintain power. And I find that fascinating.
Exactly, and I wanted to be ahead of the curve on it.
You wanted to be that guy this time.
I wanted to make predictions the day after it happened, and then come back in 10, 20 years' time and be able to possibly look a child that I have in the eye and say, just a second, before you came about, I used to be mental. And whip out the book and see what I got right, you know. Oh, yeah, I was right about Oceania becoming a thing. Hey, you know, and just fucking pick other bits out. Like the drones, all the drones was for was to show us that's how they're going to fucking do the fake meteorite strike.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt that 1 second.
No.
But I tell you what, mate,
that they would do it.
you want to be watching yourself because you're going to have the likes of Mr. David Icke et al. All coming after you because you're going to be stealing some glory soon, and they don't really like to share that.
Glory, sharing the limelight with Sir Ike.
They don't like that. He doesn't like that at all.
Share Mr. Ike.
He's not a sharing type. Mr. Ike's only ready to talk about his issues when he's got a book deal coming up. But hey, we've all got to sell shit, you know what I mean? Like you sell rats and stuff. Before we end, I don't know if anyone, fucking no one's tuned in. If you are tuned in, if anyone's in Scotland, basically, Sean, if you're listening, I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe on the 17th and 18th of August, doing Mr. Raoul Coley's show, Cole and the Gang. Don't know how. Pure blag. In fact, no, actually, for once I didn't blag. This was offered. Don't know how, but fantastic. I'll be there at 17th and 18th. I think it's at about 7:30. I can't even give you the venue. I'll give you the venue next week. It's not that it's secret.
You can give them the month, though.
It's not even. I said it's this month, August.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't hear you say that. I just heard you say 17th and 18th. Just give them,
August.
So they know. Tell them twice.
Don't know if anyone knows, but this it's the 2nd of June. 2019. I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm going to be just lingering, basically. What I'm going to be doing is standing outside.
In the toilet selling Chupa Chups.
No, I'm going to be standing outside the venue asking if you're going to give us a $5 to look after your car. And that's my job at the Fringe. Basically, probably the highest earner there, because no one else gets fucking paid, do they? So someone's going to be making some lower. It's going to be me. You got anything you want to promote before we go?
Got
loads of new work because you haven't felt very well.
Yeah. Something called Portraits, which I recommend if you've got fucking 5 minutes to kill, go and have a little read of them on my website. Have a look at them.
I've not even had a look at them.
Oh, mate, fucking... I've read back about maybe 3 of them. I think I made like fucking 10, 13 of them. I've read back a few of them. I don't know where my head was. Because it's weird. It's bizarre. Basically, it looks like I've come up with the idea that I'm a portrait painter, and that these people haven't paid for a portrait. I don't really remember doing them. I remember making them. I don't remember writing the descriptions. I do for the ball flickers. I do for that, but for these, no.
I know what I'm doing in the next 5-10 minutes.
I'll
let you know how it goes. This time next week, I'll have had the first dose of the vaccine. So, if things sound funny, it's not feedback. It's the 5G.
It's the vaccine interfering.
It's the 5G. Yeah. So, before this will be the last time we speak. So, it was nice. It was nice knowing y'all. I'm ready to be part of the problem. This has been True Seek. And Chod's on next. It was his birthday last week. Things were a little bit... It was his birthday the week before. It was his birthday the week before. Things were a bit mental. Didn't manage to tune in last week, but he's on next. It's the Liberal Paradise. He's just out there, just balaclavaed up. He leads from the front, just on his BMX. He's got his snapped car aerial in his hand, and if you don't pay attention to what's going on in the Paradise, you'll get a severe whipping. So stay tuned and all that fucking shite.